and welcome to Coffee with Ken. And I decided to do it in my car today. I don't know, I didn't feel like doing it inside. Sort of a different look inside the car, you know. Talk to you guys. I went to my car dealer today because I got to re-up my lease in April. So everyone's telling me, oh, there's no cars left, and car dealers are trying to jack up the prices just so I'm gonna raise myself in my seat a little bit so you can see my hair. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, car dealers are trying to MC's Audio. Hi, Mike Cologne, Margie Sieg. Hello, guys. Yeah, so car dealers are trying to jack up the prices. Kathy Bates, hello. Saying, oh, the supply chain. They're all hiding behind this COVID nonsense. Everyone's got an angle in this world, you know. Everyone's trying to take the consumer, take you to rip you off, basically, in the same language we understand everywhere. Barbara Riley, good morning from Idaho. Roll Tide Rita, hi from Alabama. Angela Eng, good seeing you. Angie, when are you guys going to go live again? No more allegedly guilty? I'm waiting to see another show. So what my car salesman said to me was, he goes, my lease isn't due back till late April. He goes, oh no, he goes, just wait till like February or March and come back. So, which leads me to believe there's really no shortage. This is a created nonsense that all these people are creating. Someone told me that Stratman 1966, is that a Fender Stratman, a 1966 Fender Strat? Great guitar, right? I don't know much about, I know someone once had a 56 Strat. That must be priceless. But a 66 Strat sounds like it also could be priceless. So I don't know if you guys watched the show yesterday. I was very I was very, very upset about what's going on in New York City. This DA, this new DA, Alvin Bragg. Regina Muse, hello, how are you? Great to see you. Some of the crimes, he sent out a memo to his fellow district attorneys. Gene Whitehead from the UK, Shirley Comer, hi Bill, stay warm, more snow on the way. Yeah, here we're getting snow tomorrow, which is Friday. We'll see what happens, look. You have to deal with whatever the hell comes your way. But yeah, I got a little annoyed with, very annoyed, New York City is dear to my city with these woke ideas that have been tried before. And he sent like a 6-page Ruby Tuesday. Joe Kane, retired NYPD Captain Joe Kane, finest financial. New York City is going to get real ugly with this DA. Yeah. What infuriated me was that a robbery with a gun of a commercial location, as long as the gunman doesn't shoot or hurt anybody, they're going to plead that down to a petty larceny. I am infuriated at that. The bellwether crime for violence anywhere is robbery, all right? So that's why in a precinct, if your command had a lot of robberies, that was basically letting everyone know, yeah, this is a violent command. There's a lot of violence here. There's a lot of criminals here because there's tons of robberies. How about the robbery victim? How about the trauma of someone sticking a gun in your face and saying, give me your money? How about that, Hello, retired Sergeant Melinda. Great to see you. Howdy, my favorite family at Police Off the Cuff with the best, Sergeant Bill Cannon. Thank you, Sergeant Melinda. Appreciate it. The lady is a tramp. Stratman 1966. I'm so glad you brought this up, Bill. Well, I did a show on it yesterday, and there's a thank you, Sergeant Melinda. There's a new Manhattan District Attorney. His name is Alvin Bragg. He's a former U.S. attorney, federal prosecutor. He grew up in Harlem. And he says this unintelligible nonsense. Says, I've had guns stuck to my head. I had a knife put to my neck. And we have to almost understand the people that are doing this. I was appalled by this. Joe Kane, maybe we should become stick-up men. No downside unless you you rob someone that's not down with this program and they come back with deadly physical force. See, that's the other thing I mentioned in the yesterday in the broadcast. Article 35 of the penal law, which deals with justification or terminate a robbery, you can use deadly physical force. So how does downplaying this armed robbery, as long as the bad guy doesn't shoot you, where does that come from? I mean, so can you still use deadly physical force? Or because they're going to downplay it, they're going to downgrade it from I believe robbery first degree is a C felony. So now they're going to downgrade it to a petty larceny, which is an A misdemeanor. Is that out of control? I just cannot take these woke people. And I listed on my flyer yesterday for the show, which I had Duty Ron come on, and I had Phil Grimaldi. I listed, of course, Eric Adams, the mayor, the new police commissioner. I'm sorry, I'm having problems remembering her name. And Alvin Bragg, the new district attorney. Have they all sat down together and discussed the ramifications of his intended policies? I mean, just how could you on one end say, oh, we're going to take this city back, and on the other end, these policies are working directly against you? How are you going to take the city back when the district attorney is refusing to prosecute? And let's also talk about this. It's not the district attorney's job to make law. It's to prosecute. It's to prosecute, not to make law. That's the legislature's job, not the Manhattan District Attorney. Such wisdom, knowledge, educated with common sense. Thank you, Sergeant Melinda. I couldn't read that fast. Stratman, good to see you. Aunt BB, good to see you guys. So there's other news going on out there, but this to me was outrageous since New York City is close to my heart, and seeing this just breaks your heart. When the mayor is promising, oh, we're gonna attack the violence, and they took down some gangbangers in Brooklyn. They took down a group of 17 gangbangers in Brooklyn. And it all has to do with this correctional philosophy called diversion. Diversion is a way that they keep the perpetrator or the offender out of the criminal justice system in regards to punishment. Paula Brightwell, tell it, sir, be safe, we hang on for God, this around. Giuliani, yes, Giuliani gets credit, but I assure you the people that brought crime down to the lowest levels were the NYPD, not Giuliani. I mean, it was his plan. It was some very talented police executives that enacted this plan. Chief Louis Anamone, Deputy Commissioner of Crime Strategies, John Timoney, First Deputy Commissioner, excuse me, Jack Maple, a transit lieutenant whose idea CompStat was. I mean, a lot of really talented people, and the plan was enacted by these police executives and carried through by the rank and file of the NYPD that made New York City, once one of the worst crime centers in the world, the safest large city in the world. Amazing. And in 8 years of this buffoon, de Blasio, and I don't use that word buffoon lightly, he was a registered buffoon. You look up buffoon in the dictionary, his picture should be there, 8 years, he destroyed all of the work of the hardworking officers of the NYPD. And, when we talk about it, it wasn't just the NYPD, it was the entire criminal justice system, because without, they use that word partnership, but without the partnership of the district attorney's office, of corrections, of parole, of probation, this couldn't have been accomplished. So everyone was on the same page. So what you're seeing right now in New York City is everyone is not on the same page. A, you have the let's close Rikers Island people, okay? B, you have the defund the police people. C, you got a new district attorney who is clueless. Melissa Cicino, good to see you. You have a new district attorney who's clueless, who's enacting these horrendous policies of not anti-prosecution policies. It's not going to take long for the city to be, and I don't use this word lightly, the shithole it was in the late 80s, middle 80s, early 80s, right into the 90s, you know, so it's just pathetic. Let's segue to another topic. It seems like Andrew Cuomo's going to put on his ice skates and skate out of any trouble. All of a sudden, he's not being prosecuted for the sexual abuse of one of his employees. I heard he has to go to court today, but they're going to drop the case because they don't feel that they could win it in a trial. So they're just going to drop the case. Unbelievable, yo. And then the other thing was, how about the 15,000 elderly people that died in a nursing home based on Andrew Cuomo putting them back in a nursing home when they had COVID? I mean, and unbelievable. And how about him making $5 million on the government's dime using state employees? That's not illegal. It's just baffling, the corruption involved here. He's going to skate. He's going to skate out of this. It's disheartening. But the biggest reason it's disheartening is because he'll live another day to run for another office. He'll be able to run for Senate, right? For Congress. He'll be able to run for national office. And the electorate, the Democratic electorate, they love Cuomo. They were gushing over Cuomo, him and his dopey brother on CNN, his brother Fredo, you know, them going on there and like right after all his COVID presentations, which he won an Emmy for. And notice that the Emmy people took their Emmy back from him. You know, it's such pathetic nonsense, you know. You're a fair weather friend. You're a friend one day and a foe the next. Hello, Mystical Panda, Linda Petrovich, good to see you guys. Yeah, so Cuomo will live to run for another office. So that's the ramifications of them not... he resigned before he was impeached. He was told to do that. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. So today is January 6th, the one-year anniversary of the... they call it the insurrection on the White House, you know. They forgot that there was 2 years of riots that many people, progressives, cheered on, attacks on the police that they cheered on. I just don't even get me started. I don't want to be negative about this, but, you know, it's amazing that people were killed during those riots that they called protests, you know. Billions of dollars worth of damage. They didn't see that. I love the video the one time where they said, the CNN broadcaster was saying, there's mostly peaceful demonstrations, and behind them was like the hugest fire you ever saw in your life. And he said, it's mostly peaceful demonstrations. I guess your definition of peaceful is differs. It differs. So, I'm doing a show tonight. We're going to do probably the last show we do on Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. And just basically the premise of the show is unanswered questions that we have from the investigation. Unanswered questions, and, you know, not that we can answer them, we're just going to talk about it. Why haven't they been answered? What don't we know? I see a lot of, like... content providers on YouTube basically making things up, you know, saying that, it's possible Brian Laundrie's a serial killer, that he killed those 2 women in Moab, and that the ballistics could match. But you know something, I would think by now they would know that. And if it was true, if the gun that Brian Laundrie killed himself with matched the gun that killed those two women in Moab, they would have said something about it. But they haven't. They haven't released anything about it. And there happens to be ballistics on the double murder in the Grand Tetons. There was the 9mm shell casings. So if they had the same ballistics in the Brian Laundrie suicide case, I think they would have said, oh, these ballistics match. However, they haven't said anything. Yeah, it's... yeah, Melinda, I'm sure the ballistics came back, and if it did match, they would have said something about it. Even though the Moab police, the FBI, and all these people have been very close-lipped, but something like that, they would have wanted to slam the door on. So saying nothing, if something happened, if that was a huge thing like that, oh yes, the ballistics matched, believe me, they would have said something about it. So guys, this is Coffee with Cannon. And I didn't bring my coffee cup into the car. But I left it inside. So if you're not subscribed to Police Off the Cuff Real Crime Stories, go on our YouTube, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, give us a thumbs up. We also have a Patreon with 3 different levels. I think it's $5.99. You can be the bucket. For $6.99, you can polish my rack, and for $9.99, you can be dipped in butter. That's right, Gene Whitehead. That's on the Patreon. We also have a YouTube membership crew, and we're going to be shortly putting out another video from myself and Phil Grimaldi, and Phil's going to do a demonstration on how to make veal cutlet parmesan. That's going to only be for the members. So YouTube, you could be the bucket for $2.99 a month. Coffee with Cannon for $6.99. Polish my rack for $9.99. For $24.99, you could be dipped in butter, and for $49.99, we have one person doing that. Heated dipped in butter, and that's the memberships. And all you folks that show up in the chat with the green font, I know you're all members, and thank you so much for the support we get. Yeah, so Phil Grimaldi's going to do a video very soon. We haven't nailed down a date yet. Yeah, cook how to make veal cutlet parmesan. Oof, I'm getting hungry already. You know. Police Off the we have some merchandise on our site also. Police Off the Cuff hoodies. We got mugs. We got workout pants dipped in butter on the back. It says so. We got all of that stuff for you guys. Here's the chat's moving fast. Snowlion, hello everyone. I'm not going to ask what those sassy names mean. No, please don't. But we've had fun with it, you know. Mystical Panda, she wants Phil to cook eggplant parmesan. We got to take one small step at a time. Stephen Ad said, Happy New Year. How are you? Phil Grimaldi's in the chat. Good to see you, Phil. Marjo Seago, that's hilarious. Sergeant Melinda, eggplant as well. Lieutenant Pete must be in the chat. I haven't seen him, but I guess he's in the chat. You know, it's funny. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, a week or two ago, someone said, oh, I don't like that you shout out to people on Coffee with Cannon. I was like, dude, then you know something? Go to another channel, because I'm not going to stop shouting out to the folks that join me on Coffee with Cannon. That's part of the show. That's part of the fun for me, to see who's in the chat, you know. And did you guys see in Virginia, those people were stuck overnight on like I-95? The road was frozen, and is that crazy? But how crazy is it that government, let's say government, knowing about that, didn't send whatever they needed to send there? Helicopters, snowmobiles, bringing food, supplies, medical care. These people were stuck in their cars overnight. How did they do nothing about that? I mean, that's dysfunctional government, you know? People stuck in their cars. There must have been some old people, children. And what if you ran out of gas? You're in big trouble. That meant you run out of gas, you got no heat, you know, when you're freezing in your car. So it's just, I couldn't believe when I read that story, you know. Just crazy. People stuck on I-95 in their car, and overnight they can't move, they can't do anything, and there was no help forthcoming. And I know the conditions were horrendous, but, you know, government they can do something about it. I don't know if the conditions were that poor that they couldn't do some drops of supplies and stuff via helicopter, or get there on snowmobile, get there some other way, get there in some trucks with chains on it, get some supplies to people. People may need gas for their cars because they're going to run out of gas and they'll have no heat if they in fact can't move. Exact, Sergeant Melinda. Call out the National Guard. Get them on the scene. Melissa Cicino, welcome to the bucket. Thank you for joining. A new member, Melissa, great to see you. Joe Murray's been really busy. Angela Eng is here. Joe Murray's been really busy working his job as an attorney, you know. Thank you, Melissa Cicino. Good to see you. Joining the bucket there. Welcome to the family. That's right. Welcome to the family. So I mentioned tonight we're doing a show, probably Phil and I's last show. We're going to talk about Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie, and just some of the things that the questions really were never answered, and maybe never will be. And then I put the flyer out also Tuesday. Yes, as Phil said, it's tonight at 9 p.m. And I believe Duty Ron is going live tonight at 8 p.m. So tune in. There's Jimmy Calandra in the chat. Top of the morning to you. I also read that story. Bill, the way we are headed today in this world is sad and disgusting. You're right, Jimmy. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. So as I said, Duty Ron, I believe, is going live at 8. Go tune into him and segue into our show at 9 with Phil Grimaldi and myself. And Tuesday the 11th, I just scored an amazing guest. Retired Los Angeles Sheriff's Department Lieutenant. Hello, CR Patrick. Great to see you. Glad you're in the chat. Gil Carrillo. He retired as a lieutenant, but he was the case detective on the Night Stalker case, the Richard Ramirez case. And he's going to be on our show Tuesday the 11th at 9 p.m. I'm so excited to have landed him as a guest. I've been trying to get him for about a year, and he was very tough to get. And eventually I sent him my cell phone number, and he called me a couple days ago. And I was on the phone with him for about an hour. What a guy, man. So easy to talk to. You know, when another cop talks to a brother officer, no matter where they work, you have an instant rapport. And it was great. It was really great. And we spoke about some things, and we spoke about the show. He actually does a podcast himself with the comic George Lopez. And he was on George Lopez's show, and George Lopez liked him so much he offered him to be the co-host. Ladies and Tramp, I'll be in bed, Bill. Okay, you can restream it later. Absolutely. You can watch it. You don't have to watch it live. You can always restream it, right? Snow Lion, British Columbia, Canada. We had a disaster after severe flooding in December. People died in their cars as a result of massive landslides. Horrible, but in those situations, government has to spring into action. We have the resources. We have the police. We have the National Guard. We have the emergency service. We have emergency management. Urban Infidel, please invite Eric Adams on your show. I could invite him. I don't know if he would in fact come on, but I could invite him. I can't imagine ADA Bragg would ever come on the show. You know, if I was him, I'd hide from the press right now. It was myself and Phil Grimaldi and Ron yesterday. We were a little bit hot under the collar about what this new district attorney is going to do or not do, not prosecute. Just crazy, crazy, crazy. Look at all these friends in the chat. You guys all know each other. You know, it's like you guys are having like a love fest in the chat. Hello, this one. Hello, that one. Hey, how are you? Oh, Happy New Year. Great to see, though, right? Great to see. So, so Tuesday night, I'm going to have Gil Carrillo, and we're going to talk about the Night Stalker. I don't know how deep we can go into it because he's under contract. Eric Adams is welcome to come on Police Off the Cuff at any time. I could reach out to his press people and see if he would come on. I don't know if he would come on. It seems like he's making the rounds of every other media. He's been on TV almost every single day since he's been mayor, which is not uncommon for a mayor to do. However, I don't know if he would come on, Police Off the Cuff, Real Crime Stories. We'll find out. Yeah, worth a shot. We can ask. We'll reach out to him, see what he says. I'll get Mikey Colon to reach out. Earn the money we pay you, Mike. Go reach out to Mayor Adams. The ladies at Tramp Bill, you need some acting gigs. I want you to live stream like a drunk rock star. I posted some old not Police Off the Cuff, Perfect Murder stuff today on Facebook. It was actually with Phil and I. We were interrogating a guy, and it was from the episode that Snoozy Girl. Good to see you. Love catching up with Police Off the Cuff mates. So I put out some stuff. Mrs. Kelly, hello. How are you? Good to see you. I put some stuff out from a Perfect Murder episode with Phil and I. I think it's already like 5 or 6 years ago. Unbelievable, right? Yep, crazy. How much snow are we supposed to get in the Northeast? It's supposed to start, I think, tomorrow, right? Why do I think they haven't arrested the parents in the Wells case for any CPS stuff? I think they want to keep them out there to help them solve this case of missing Summer Wells. And I think that's more important than potentially charging them with a misdemeanor child endangerment or a charge like that. As far as I know, I don't think their 3 boys have ever returned home from when they took them from them. So, and you don't hear much about the case period anymore. I guess the Dr. Phils and all those people that had them on aren't really interested in them anymore. Maybe it's not a big national story anymore, K.H. Walker, we just got a foot of snow in Vancouver, coldest winter in 53 years. Wow. So much for global warming there, huh? Stratman, 1966, mid-70s and sunny here in the red state. That's great. Van Avery keeps snowing a tiny bit in Illinois, but it's not sticking. He loves snow. I love when someone else shovels it. I don't want to shovel it, No, retired Sergeant Melinda, no one got arrested. Someone in the chat was asking, how come Don and Candace haven't been arrested for child abuse, Vet Girl, RWB, welcome. Thank you so much for joining the Police Off the Cuff family here. 80s here in Paradise. Where are you, Sergeant Melinda? What's Paradise? Jimmy Calandra, thanks, buddy. Everyone press the like button. Van Avery, laugh my ass off. Yes, no shoveling. No, I'm not shoveling snow anymore. Larjo CAC, good to see you guys. So again, tonight, Phil and I are going to be on at 9 o'clock talking about things that are unknown in the Gabby Petito case, things that we never found out or were never answered. And we're going to discuss it a little bit. We want you guys to join us in the discussion. And I understand Duty Ron is going on at 8 p.m. and he'll segue his, hopefully, some of you guys listening to Duty Ron will stay on and listen to us at 9 o'clock. Ladies of Tramp, I don't shovel ever. That's good. Second arrest in Harmony case this AM, poor little girl, yeah. Horrendous. I think that's the case that Duty Ron has been covering. These child abuse cases are just totally horrendous. You know, you can't imagine anyone hurting a child, but it happens all the time. That's why I remember then Manhattan Special Victims, they had two areas of investigation. One was adult sex crimes, and the second was child abuse. And when people got assigned there, no one wanted to be in the child abuse unit. They wanted to be in the adult sex crime unit because investigating child abuse is very, 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 very difficult and very taxing on your emotional health, you know. People that do that for a bunch of years, it definitely has effect on them. Crazy, you know, crazy. Van Avery, misdemeanor Welsh flag is the coolest looking flag. I'm proudly Welsh. Factual breakdown, I agree. I never understand anyone hurting a child. I don't either. There should be a special place for people that hurt children, you know, definitely. It's just so pathetic. So, here we are. In Mikasa, it's 80 degrees, sunny. Nancy Eileen, Mystical Panda. So as upcoming events, I got some other guests that I'm working on to get, but I can't announce it till I get the commitment. But, you know, to me, that the story that should be a national story, Jimmy Calandra, Bill, we have to make a date for you guys to come on my channel. Jimmy, you just give me the date. I'm ready to come on. And so will Philly. Just give me a call or send me an email or do it through Phil. And just give us a date, couple dates, and I'll be on in a minute. Joe Murray. Good to see Joe Murray in the chat. Peter Pranzo, Patty L. Robo, are you here? It's great. All you guys are good friends in the chat. It's great to see everybody. Watching JB about Harmony Montgomery. It's horrible, right? Yeah, it's... Snoozy Girl. Hey, it's Joe Murray. Hello, Joe Murray's in the chat. I haven't seen him in a while. Joe, you've been working hard in the law business, I'm sure. Snow Lion, this is such a nice group. Yeah, it isn't a good group, you know. I like to think that I set the tone. I'm a nice guy, and I keep all the nice people in my chat. It's a great thing, huh? Vicky Gallen, good to see you. Joe Murray's got a trial 113 and 118 back to back, so I know that's a ton of prep work, Joe, and I know you do your prep because there's nothing worse than an attorney that goes into court unprepared, right? But it happens, right? It does happen. Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it. You're a great guy too, Jimmy. And as I said, we'll go on your show in a heartbeat. Patty L. Nancy, you're watching live trial today. Good luck. Kathy Bates, good luck. Joe Murray. Pranzo, Marjo C. People saying hello to Lieutenant Pete. So, guys, I just wanted to, stop by. Sue and Bill, you have make a wonderful safe space for us. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. I just wanted to stop by and say hello to you guys, do a quick coffee with Cannon. I got some prep work to do for tonight. I got some phone calls to make for future guest appearances. And I just appreciate speaking with you guys. Guys, this has been Coffee with Cannon. Again, if ad nauseum, if you're not subscribed, go on our YouTube, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell. Thank you, Snow Lion. She likes when I get feisty. Sometimes I get feisty over things that make me upset, like this new district attorney. I should have had Joe Murray on. We'll talk about that. We'll do that in the future. So, guys, have a wonderful day. Have a safe day. And hopefully I'll see most of you tonight at 9 o'clock. I almost said yous. I'll see most of yous tonight at 9 p.m., okay? That's 2,100 hours for you military types, all right? I'll see you guys. Have a great day.